Hello everyone, welcome back to another video, and in this one we are testing the GeForce RTX 3070 Ti in Hell Is Us demo. And yeah, this game is coming out in sometime in September of this year, and right now we are getting the demo that is in June. So that's a long period of time they have to polish this game up. But anyway, we got the Asus ROG Strix model of the card, the OC variant. Here are all the specs. As you can see, we got the latest NVIDIA driver 576.52. Resizable bar is also enabled inside BIOS. Over here in Task Manager, we got the Intel Core i7-13700KF CPU. For memory, we got 64 gigabytes of DDR5, 6000 megatransfers per second, CL36. Finally, for MSI Afterburner, no overclocks are applied. Everything is set to stock settings except the fan speed, which I'm gonna manually set it to 100 because otherwise this GPU gonna heat up a lot. I need to really change the paste on it. Let's get inside the game and check out the frame rates. We are inside the menu, guys, and we're gonna start this off at 1080p resolution. We're gonna use the medium preset, but what it looks like is this preset setting is broken. It doesn't work. Like sometimes it does work, other times it doesn't. Like I'm changing, as you can see, the settings here, they are not changing. So what we need to do is we're gonna manually change all of this to like medium. That's what we're gonna start the benchmark with. So let's individually set them to manual. I mean medium, not manual. And there we go. Everything is set to medium right now, and TSR is disabled because we are using DLAA. And reflex is turned on. What else we have? There we go. DLAA. The game has support for, or the demo has support for FSR and XCSS frame generation as well. So there we go. We're getting around 90 FPS. Not bad. And by the way, I am going all blind in this game right now. I don't know what this game is about. From the looks of the screenshots and pictures, it seems like a horror game or something, apparently. I don't know. I have no clue, going in all blind. But this is another UE5 title. But what I can see is, like, straight out of the bat, that it doesn't stutter. That's pretty surprising. Like, this is the second UE5 game this year which is not stuttering. The first one was Clear Obscure Expedition 33. That also ran way better. Like, it did have some stuttering here and there, but this one, there was a slight stutter there. This one is running way good. Like, I am not even on a very high-end GPU. This is like a 3070 Ti. And we're at 1080p resolution, and CPU is also not being used that much. Doesn't seem like the game is that much CPU heavy. And look at that 1% glow, 76, that frame time, my goodness. I really hope that the final game will also be this much optimized. This is just a demo, keep that in mind. Pretty smooth overall. When I move around my mouse and everything, inputs feel really smooth. And I think this is an RPG game, most likely. And on medium settings, the trees, they don't look too good. Apart from the trees, everything else looks pretty decent to me. Oh, look at those pop-ins over there. What is that? A tree looting? Yeah, I hope that's only for medium settings. Hopefully that won't be happening on high. We'll try that. And I mean, at 3070 Ti, getting 100 FPS on medium settings is pretty good. 1080p without any upscaling. Whoa. I thought there was a giant hole there. Just a water pond. Oh, there's a cow there also. Can we like, what? It just went through. Why is there no collision? Let's up the settings now to high, and still the preset. Okay, now it's working, as you can see. Sometimes it works, other time it doesn't. So I have set everything to high this time. I'll restart the game also after this, and we are gonna use DLAA once again. So let's go ahead and restart. And it looks like it did not save there, so I restarted the game and we are back at the starting location, it seems like. But now with high settings preset, we are getting around 70 frames per second, mid 70s. I need some action to see like if it drops, if the frame rate drops during action scenes or not. And I have no clue like whether this game is about shooting or like melee combat, I have zero idea. Let's be honest. And FPS in this jungle is dropping below 70. It almost touched 60 there for a second. But overall, still pretty good. I mean, with high settings. And let's look at the pop-ins. Like the 3 pop-ins were there earlier on medium settings. And now it's not there anymore. I mean, it's still there, but the range has been increased with like high settings preset, you know. Oh, there is a manual save. I actually forgot to do that previously. Let's see what's in this house. Oh, who is that? Conversations can be started. Let's talk to this guy quickly and see what he has to say. So we got some key from him. Let's see where that leads us to. I mean, where that fits in. Asking me to go to some marshes.
Hey, Gus, Arlo, hold it.
Don't want to play that. And inside the FPS was obviously a bit higher. And I want to see if we are gonna drop below like 60 frames per second at some point or not. Can we still pass through the cow on high preset? Apparently, yes. Hope there is collision in the full game. Okay, the key is gonna fit in right there. That's pretty much like Resident Evil games. They're still sitting around 70 frames per second, average 72. Even in the forest, lots of vegetation out here. FPS is not dropping that much. Let's switch this up to very high settings. So I have to manually change them again because the preset setting option is not working. So let's reset them to very high with DLAA and check this out. And we are still getting above 60. It will drop below 60, I am pretty sure. Oh, and there we go, 56, 54. Interesting. I mean, it's still a good, like, optimized. It's pretty well optimization. I don't know what to do here. I mean, looking at the frame time, there is no stuttering presence still, even at higher settings, like very high. There's a bunch of wind chimes around here. Okay, we have to go this way. And we are obviously getting 50 frames per second, but the smoothness is pretty good. That's what I'm talking about. VRAM utilization is still below like 8, 7.4 allocation. Usage is like around 6 GB. That is pretty good in my opinion for how the game looks. I mean, yeah, 1080p, it is one of those games again which looks pretty blurry at 1080p resolution. And I wish there was like a sharpness slider, which probably isn't there. Let me have a look once again. In the scroll bar does, okay, it works. So yeah, there is no sharpness slider or option. Please add that in the final game. I would like to increase the sharpness at least at 1080p resolution. And we are getting around that mid 50 average in this very high settings. We're gonna try this with the ultra settings also. I think there is a ultra settings preset also, if I'm not wrong. We're gonna also try some DLSS quality. I mean, at 1080p DLSS quality, because it already looks very bad, but I'm still gonna try that regardless. So there is actually an ultra settings preset which you can choose, but it's not working, so I have to manually change again, set them to ultra. And let me know, guys, are you gonna be playing this game when it comes out? Does this have your interest? So far I can't tell because I don't know what this game is about. And now we are around 40 FPS. Now the frame time will keep on jumping up and down, create some hills, and it's a laggy mess. But wow, it looks really cool though. I mean, the lighting, the ambient occlusion, they look pretty good overall. This reminds me kind of Alan Wake 2, this forest vibes. I'm kind of lost right now. I have no idea where to go. Just running around and looking at the frame rate. So yeah, this is not the settings which you should be playing at. Why does it have to make that noise every time I pick up something? I don't like that. So let's turn on some DLSS quality and see. Wow, we're going into a dark tunnel. So DLSS quality, here we come. There's also an ultra quality settings, but we'll try quality DLSS. And that easily pushes the frame rate around 70. I was gonna say 80, but then I realized I was looking at nothing, so I just turned my mouse and it dropped there. Okay, where's flashlight? Do we have a flashlight? No. Correct. Yeah, there's puzzle. This game definitely is like Resident Evil. It seems like the third-person RE game. I mean, yeah, our Resident Evil were always third-person in the beginning. Recently, they have been like FPS. I mean, first-person, not FPS. But anyways, guys, as you can see with DLSS quality, also there's some lagginess you can feel. Look at the frame time going up and down when I move my mouse around quickly. And there's also some blur effect present, even though I have motion blur turned off. Don't know you can turn it off completely from outside the game or not. I have no idea about that. And the VRAM usage is still well managed below 8 GB, even with the ultra settings at 1080p. So I recorded the whole 1440p section and I had to delete it because these settings in this game is so messed up, especially the upscaling DLSS super resolution settings. Even though it was set to DLAA, it was using something else, probably automatic balanced or something like that. That is why I was getting like huge frame rate, like more than at 1080p with the same settings at 1440p I was getting. So what I did was I switched to quality and then again switched it back to DLAA, and then I started getting the actual frame rate at 1440p. I have seen this happen in another game previously also. That is also an UE5 title. I don't remember which one though. But anyway, we're going to start this at medium once again and with DLAA at 1440p now. And I think, yeah, after restarting the game, it is not applied. As you can see, I have to do that again. It's probably not using DLAA because it doesn't even look close to like 1440p resolution. It's very like blurry overall. So let's go back to the settings. Like we're getting 96 FPS. That's not 1440p. That can't be. That is what we're getting with like 1080p natively with DLAA. So we're gonna head back in. We're gonna set it to like quality DLSS and then switch it back to DLAA. This should work. There you go. Now actually DLAA is working and we are getting around 67 frame rate on medium settings, and this looks much more sharper overall. And one thing I have really noticed that there's a lot of like white noise around the character when you like move your camera or the character overall. That you can really see that when you use upscaling, DLSS upscaling, and that is how I realized that yeah, something is not right. Now we are, as you can see, there's no white noise around the character when I walk around. So keep that in mind if you're trying this demo. But now we are getting that 60 frame rate pretty much, so it should be averaging around 60 most likely. And I think with the help of quality DLSS, we can also play this at like with high settings too. But as the one thing I'm really happy that UE5 titles are finally getting optimized, and it's good to see that this one is really well optimized. At least this demo is. No stuttering, frame time is buttery smooth, and this is the second game to have that after Clear Obscure Expedition 33. Maybe because these games don't have ray tracing, that is why I'm assuming ray tracing is the biggest culprit. Now switching this to high settings preset, and I'm gonna try this with quality DLSS so we can achieve 60 frame rate. And, we're actually getting way more than 60 at this point, close to 90. Well, it dropped as soon as I turned towards the jungle, it dropped around 70. But yeah, with high settings, it looks much more better. I really don't like the shadow in this game. It's very bad, even on high, even on ultra settings. It looks pretty bad. Very noisy overall. And please, for God, get rid of this mouse acceleration in the full game. It is awful. Maybe it will play good on a controller for sure, this game. And I got no clue what to do, by the way. No. Can I see? Yeah. Family reunion. Investigate clues about my family. That is so weird, this tablet. Or that iPad or whatever. And I'm so lost in this jungle, I have no clue, bro. Guess I'll be running around this whole area for all the benchmarks I'm gonna do for this game. And lastly, guys, we're gonna test 4K resolution using the medium settings preset, and we're gonna be using DLSS balance because that's what gives us 60 FPS averages. So I'm just gonna make sure it is applied properly. I'm gonna go back and forth to quality and then balance. And there you go. It's staying close to 60 there. And there is going to be a lot of pop-ins on the vegetation at the distance. And there's a lot of shadow pop-ins also. And even at 4K, this game kind of looks choppy to me. And yeah, whenever I say game, I mean the demo. And I'm not really noticing that many like white noise around the character now, or the edges of the character at 4K. I could notice on like lower difficulty, and we can still walk through the cow there just easily. Let's go to the jungle there. Look at that 1% glow. I mean, this is 4K resolution. Keep that in mind. I mean, obviously, yeah, it's getting upscaled to 4K. But yeah, this is an UE5 title, and there is no stuttering. That is astonishing. What do you think, guys, about the optimization of this demo? I hope they keep it like this in the final game. Obviously, improve the visuals. That would be really nice. And I mean, we are getting 60 plus FPS already. And another setting I can recommend at 4K, that is everything set to high and using DLSS performance, that still gives us like 60 plus FPS, as you can see, pretty much what we were getting with DLSS balanced with the medium settings preset. But you get a lot less vegetation pop-in with high settings and shadow pop-ins also. And you still get that 60 FPS average. It will drop below 60 here and there, but it looks much better compared to medium. Now I can notice a little bit white artifacts around the character's edges, but it's still not that much as it was on lower resolutions though. So that's gonna be it for this video, guys. Do leave a like if you enjoyed, and subscribe if you are new to this channel. And as always, I'll catch you guys on next one. Till then, take care and bye bye.